Hey, he's doing double duty today.
No worries, we got it.
Good morning, Mr. Boudreaux.
Great morning,
Good morning,
everyone.
Mr.
How's everybody today?
All right, Mr. Boudreaux, we good, we good. Just waiting for the room to be set up and also for and also for everyone else to arrive. So we good. Thank you so much.
We're gonna get started in just a little bit. Just waiting for
This will
some
be
people
good.
to hop on the call. I'll give it about another minute, so that way I can sip some coffee and wake up. Got my double shot. What are you guys drinking? I got my double shot of or I got one black and one
There you
latte.
go.
So
Good combination.
yeah, it is. It is. And I put a little coconut oil too for my metabolism. So, I
I
need
got
some of
black coffee.
you just got black coffee? Hey, I used to do black only, but now I need for this 90-day blitz, I need a lot more coffee.
Fill up. Need some more energy with that.
Absolutely.
Mr. Dale, I see you got that protein drink. You're like me. You drink protein in the morning. You got that protein. There you
I need
go.
to find a good one too. Hey Johnny, welcome to the call. Good to see you.
Hello, hello.
Great morning, great morning. It is early for you, my friend.
6 a.m., 6:01 to be exact.
Right?
Grand
Oh,
rising, everyone.
yeah.
Grand Rising, Mr. Montez.
Someone is on a mission at 6 a.m. on a Saturday. That's some sacrifice.
Yes,
I know building 8,000 around the corner with that for sure.
I'm getting my angel on today. I have like
Aw.
50 networking events today.
Hey, yes, they work, right?
Good morning, Mr. McHenry. Good morning.
They definitely work if you know how to work them. So, all right. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So in case there's anybody that's new, hey Chris, welcome to the call. Good to see you. For those who are new to this call, our crash camps on Saturdays, what we do is, we always want to share our wins for the week, right? Whatever your aha moments or something that you learned through the week or a win for you through the week. And so we start off the call with that. And every single time on the crash camps. And then we go into training from there. So Miss Carla Wynn, of course, first one in the gate and first one to raise your hand. So go ahead and share.
My win for the week is being here at this event in Maryland for the launch itself, and also the lessons that we learned from just watching all of you participate in the leadership um, mastermind in California, as much as we were able to, to watch you, because I know that you all have some nuggets that you know. And then also, Miss Ames, you did the role play this week while you were in California. Taking a book out, a lesson out of Mr. Bean's book, like making it happen wherever you are. So thank you so much for allowing me to share.
Oh, appreciate you. And yes, so Sabrina asked me that day, she's like, "Are you sure you're gonna be able to do this?" I was like, "You open up the line and I'll get on there, and it happened. So not just me, but Sabrina sacrificed too, because she was on the way to the airport to go to Maryland at the same time. So, it's what you sacrifice, right? You reap what you sow. And I told her, hey, Mr. Bean does Saturday crash camps no matter what, unless he can't be there physically, he's always there. So I have to follow leadership. If I want to be close to, get close to that level, reduce that gap in between us, right? I have to do the same. So you have to see what the contraption that I made to make sure my phone stayed in the right place, you know, behind the scenes of leadership. But yeah, I made it work and I made, you know, it looked good, but it was a lot of funny, you know what, they have those bloopers in the back when they have make movies. It was one of those bloopers days. But I'm glad that you got some value out of that call while I was there. So thank you for sharing. And you know, and that role play was very important because there's a lot of objections that we have, and so we do need to learn how to address objections and how to address concerns because it's the elephant in the room, and it's going to stay in the room if you don't address it. So you have to address it. So thank you for sharing that. That is a very important nugget. Mr. Dale Boudreaux. What do
Morning,
you have
morning,
for
man.
us?
Thanks for the opportunity, Miss Angel. And as always, man, we just appreciate you and just being on any platform, really. I mean, we're always in the learning mode around you. So we appreciate you. This week, I mean, the leadership call this week to me, I mean, Mr. Bean, he's always dropping nuggets about the future. I mean, always. So there used to be this saying in the last company we was in, well, the first company I was in with Mr. Bean is follow leadership by faith, not by sight. So, in other words, man, so he's always showing us the way forward by dropping nuggets and you just follow it. So, one of the things he said Thursday night was about Builder 2000. Okay. So, he's dropping hints about Builder 2000 by the event. So, I mean, this goes for me too. I mean, so whatever I'm gonna do that from now on till that event, it's gonna be to get to build a 2000, and I'm gonna use the playbook to it because if you do that, you follow the system and you get results like that, he's gonna blow your business up 10 times because he knows how to. He's done it with mine. He's done it with mine. He talks about me going to St. Louis with 29 people. That was in the middle of a snowstorm, by the way. There was supposed to be about 37 people. So the point is, after that happened, my next meeting in Tulsa was 100 people. It was 109 people. So he took my business and threw gasoline on a fire. So you get over there, be a builder 2000. Let me tell you something. You ain't got to worry about building 8,000. That's already done because he's going to make sure that that gets done. So follow by faith, not by sight. You know, that's my, you know, what I know about Mr. B. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Dale. You know, it's true. You know, I've come, you know, after 11 years every single time, and I have a great story with Follow by Faith. So, you know, as some of you, you know my story. You guys have been there with me for a long time since Organo, right? And every, you know, life is gonna happen. You know, it's not just because you're doing well today doesn't mean that tomorrow is guaranteed, right? And so at one point during this time, you know, I had a huge, you know, a huge shift change in my life, right? Went from, you know, you know, lost a significant other, went to the hospital and almost passed away, right? At that point, very low point in my life, right? When I got back out, right? Everything was at zero, negative, if you can say, once I got out. And I had to go by faith, right? You know, I'm gonna share, I'm always transparent. So at that point in time, Mr. and Mrs. Bean, you know, called me up about investments. And this is the thing about life. God is going to give you what you need. It is up to you what you do with it, right? And as crazy as it is what you need, even though you don't believe you have it. So they called me up about investments. Mind you, I'm negative. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I was driving Uber just to make ends meet for my children at that moment because I had dropped. And they're calling me. And if you think about investments, that's extra money that you're supposed to put into something but I didn't have extra money. But I had faith. I have faith that God was going to give me an answer. I have faith in my leaders, Mr. and Mrs. Bean, that they would not come to me about something that wasn't going to help me. And so I literally asked Mrs. Bean, what is the minimum investment in this venture? And they said 150. And you know what? I had my last 150. Right then and there, I had to make a decision. Do I utilize that 150, go into the venture, or I save that 150 to pay the bills? And I took that 150, I put it in the investment, and I got to work. I did what they told me to do, and I took that 150 in 6 months to 4 figures. And I got myself I got myself out of the hole and better than I was before I was in the hole. And so you have to have faith. Number one, you have to have faith in yourself. You have to have faith in, in your leaders that that they're not going to just be there, do it with you, but they're going to be in the trenches. And so that's the reason why I am stuck like Gorilla Glue on their shoe, right? So no matter what it is, I will never say no. I'm going to have faith first, right? So thank you for sharing that, Gail. Appreciate that. All right, Mr. Phillip, let's go.
Well, that was a testimony. Thanks for that. Angel, that
Sorry,
was
that
really
was
good.
a
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, faith in like you say, faith in yourself and confidence in just tagging on to what Mr. Dale said earlier. Basically, this week has been another out of comfort zone, and it looks like when you do something out of your comfort zone, it doesn't take you long to, depending on how determined you are to get out of that comfort zone and to get used to it. So went to networking events. It started this week, actually. I took my day off of work, off my corporate job, and I just took the day off. I already had it planned out early in the morning, woke up, and basically went to my first networking event. It started about 8:30 a.m. and then met some people there and met the owner of the networking event. It was very, very good. We exchanged numbers, basically, and I sent a text message. I said, hey, she said, what do y'all have going on this week? And I was like, well, we have a Tuesday, we got a business showcase, and sent a text message out. And me and this guy, we talked after the meeting. We talked for a good while. I was like, we kind of connected together, and he pretty much, I invited him. He came the next day, the fun day, the next day actually. After that event, basically I went to another event, which was about 12:30, realtor event, network event right down the street from my house. Actually, I got some new houses that they're building. And I was like, wow, right there. And met some realtors there, and basically we exchanged numbers, and I had some way, somehow, when you start having a conversation with somebody, basically you're talking to one person and somebody else is listening. So I was talking to I think this woman, she's pretty much one of the brokers there. And she said, so you do solar? I was like, yeah. They thought I was mixed. They was mixing me up with another solar company. It's like, we had some bad experience. She was like, but you do solar. She's like, I'm very interested because I got solar on my house, but I may have some clients that want to do. And then basically I said, all right, well, hey, send them my way. And basically one of the realtors asked, she had a friend with her. She said that, so what do you like? What is your, like, what do you really do? Like, what's the job about? I was like, well, I'm with Build Network. I just explained it. I got like a script I use now, and it looks like Grant Cardone style. I was like, so, well, I became my own boss since I started with this company. And since I started with this company last year, I'm learning how to, I pretty much have, you know, it allowed me to increase my income by $7,000 a month and $84,000 a year. I just gave some numbers. I was at $84,000 a year, part time. And she was like, whoa. She's like, and you do solar? And I was like, we do other things too, but I can't really tell you all about it now, but how about we set up a time and exchange numbers? They came to the event the next day. She did actually. Her friend didn't get a chance to make it, but I just kind of had a script and I was like, and she said, "Is there any cost?" I was like, and just to let you know up front, there's a $200 upfront cost to get you started. But after that, you pay $100 a month. You have access to software. It's like, but I have to do anything. I'm like, I'll be doing it for you. Your behalf. I'm like, I'll be like your account manager, basically. She's like, whoa, just like that. So yeah, I pretty much was blown away this week. I was happy, and my builder Tony, he upgraded to builder yesterday. So I'm gonna meet with him today. So those are my wins. Yeah.
Awesome. Come on, everybody, give a round of applause. That's a lot of wins, okay? First of all, networking events, man, that is where it's at. If you see all the people that are coming on board, I'm getting them from the networking events. Those, I mean, you guys know I shared with you last week. I mean, Gage, one of my new guy, he signed up 2 hours after a networking event, right? So once you keep going, you're gonna know how to talk. You know, the more you go, the more conversations you're gonna have, and that means that you're talking to 20, 30, 40 people at these events. That script is going to be what? That's the script that you're going to use is going to be mastered. And when you master the script, when you talk to that many people per event, and when I came out, I went to 5 events a week, right? Monday through Friday. And that's like 100 people I was talking to. So that's why you see my script the way it is now. But that's because I'm talking to 100 people a week, right? So that script is mastered. And when you master that script, Philip, it's going to get better and better and better because what? It's frequency before greatness, right? So the thing that we assume is that we don't have a script, but yet the people who make millions with scripts, like the actors and actresses, understand they have to have a script first. You add things as you as you master that script, but you have to have a script. But yet we go out there without a script, and then we expect results when people who get paid millions have to have a script. you know and so you have to have your script, and you always have to be what you always have to master. You always have to tweak it until it's going to give you a yes every single time. So congratulations on your new builder, Philip. That's amazing news. And yes, I love the fact that you give them numbers, and that's exactly how you do it. The point of the networking event, if you haven't watched my when I was training on that, the point of being in the networking event is not to talk about or sell your business. It's about to collaborate, get connections, and that conversation should be outside of the event, right? That conversation is something that you will do on a one-on-one after you leave the event. Because if you do it during the event, you're just like all the other salespeople, right? You're talking to people with commission breath, and they feel it, right? And so you're not going to book a one-on-one if they feel like that one-on-one is all about selling them, right? So you want at the event, it's just meet, build rapport, get them to the point where they want to call you. I like it where, for example, Philip, when you were talking about that real estate agent that said she has solar and she doesn't mind giving you, clients, I would be like, well, if you give me that client, I can show you, instead of telling them $200 or anything like that, I would say, I can show you how to, if you just send that to me, that lead to me, I can give you 3,500 to 10K if they go solar. And I would leave her with that nugget so that tomorrow she will be calling me like, hey, Angel, we need to have that conversation. Right after an event every day, I have 5 or 6 people that reach out to me first for a one-on-one. So when you have a person reaching out to you first, that means you built enough value to where they need to talk to you now, not tomorrow. And that's what I did with Gage. I built I built so much interest at the event that he watched Mr. Bean's on the way home twice. I'm like, you got to watch this video. Well, I invited him to the Houston event, but he seemed so eager. I was like, I mean, you seem like you're ready for this information now. You want to wait a week or you want this information now? And he said, what? I want it now. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to make you wait a week. Watch this video. And he watched it twice. He called me. As soon as he called me, you know, and you have to ask these questions. You know, you can't assume it. You have to ask these questions. So I said, okay, what did you like? The question you always ask is, what do you like the most after anybody watches the video? That's the one question that you have to ask. What did you like the most? And he said, well, everything that you said, it's enhanced. And, you know, I have a clearer picture of everything. Great. So have you seen enough to make a decision? And he's like, yeah, you ready to get started? Yes. When are you ready to get started? Now, if you have time. I was like, I'm in the middle of a business meeting, but you ready now? He's like, yeah, I'm ready now. All right, let's go. Pull out your phone. Here's the link. Let's go. I don't have time to onboard you right now because I'm in the middle of a meeting, but let's book 3 p.m. tomorrow to onboard you. We'll just get you started. You can play around and we'll onboard you tomorrow. How does that sound? See, when people are ready, you don't need to tell them, oh, but you don't know it's 200. Oh, but you don't know. No, they're ready. So you got to let them, you got to just let them start. Some people just operate that way. And if you don't match their energy, they may not want to work with you. Because I told him, Gage, I can go as fast as you. How fast can you go? He's like, I can go fast. All right. I can go as fast as you can. Right? Already booked a launch call. He already got a person. He's working on his 4 this weekend. You know, like those type of people, if you want to attract them, you got to go fast. Right? Because the fast people don't want to be slowed down. So you got to pick it up and go fast too. So you got to gauge people. And these networking events, the more you go, the more that you're going to find these people that are ready to go because they're already networking. They're already going out there. You're not really having them do something that they're not already doing. So, so keep on at it. Thanks for sharing, Philip. Eddie? Hello there. Oh, you're still muted.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? As you can see, I'm driving back to Houston. But thank you for giving me the opportunity to actually speak to the group. As far as the wins, even from driving down to Maryland, down to Albany, Georgia, I had an opportunity to stay there for a couple of days. It kind of just check the grounds and see what was actually taking place. And Albany, Georgia is a very fertile ground. I mean, when I say there's just about no one has solar there, it is crazy. However, a lot of people have got these huge homes and using a lot of electricity. And I'm going to be making my way back because I'm actually driving my wife's storage back to Houston from DC. But I'm going to be heading back to Albany, Georgia at the end of the month and just camp out for about 10 days so that I could go ahead and touch bases with all of those individuals that are looking to go solar. In particular, also got a lot of individuals that want the Rain H2O as well. So as soon as I get to Houston and get in front of my computer, I'll be setting up a couple of appointments in reference to that as well. The home security system, really got a person that wants a home security system from Ripple as well. I know the Ripple home security is just going to blow right on up because this, just from hearing what that information, it was just mind blowing, everything that it can do. So those are my wins for this week. I mean, this, even driving down from DC and talking to people and getting phone numbers and people that are interested in getting the solar is just awesome in and of itself. So thank you for letting me share. Angel, really appreciate it.
Appreciate you sharing while you're driving. Be careful.
I know, right?
You have a lot, going on over there with you. So, no, thank you for sharing that because that is huge. You know, I'm super excited about the new platforms that are coming out, and you're doing exactly what you should be doing. You should be going to the areas where the opportunity is not there. Where even with solar, it's wide open. You know, there's a lot still needs to be done in that space. And then of course the Rain H2O, right? we need to we need to promote it. We need to market it to where we can now have access. You know, some of us say, man, I wish I could get it in Mexico. Man, I wish I could get it in El Salvador. Man, I wish I could get it, you know, in Africa. But we have to be the reason it gets there, right? So we have to make the sales, right? Just like we doing the sales in the solar to where now, now, freedom is listening to us. So if we want people to listen to us, we have to have a big voice. Do you think Walmart, when they walk into a place, they're gonna bow down to Walmart? Why? Because they have what? Purchasing power. So we as a company, as a team, need purchasing power, and that all lies in what? Our hands, right? The more that we can go out there and do what we need to do for the company now can do what they need to do for us, right? And that goes first. We have to do it first. Then the company will have the power to do what it is that they need to do for us, not the other way around, right? So let's get out there, get more Rain, more of these other platforms out there, and to where these companies are put on their, on their heels because of us, right? We need to put them on their heels for us. We need them to continue to want to work with us, right? Or continue to do what it is that we want them to do with what they have. So I'm excited about all of that. So great job. Great job on Albany. I know you have a couple of deals you're working on with solar over there too. So congratulations, Eddie. All right, Mr. Dell, you back? You doubling back? What's going on?
Yes, ma'am. So one thing I like to share with the group. So, I mean, we all talked to Mr. Bean. So I had a great conversation with Mr. Bean this week. And him and I, we always talk about non-hostile takeovers, right? I mean, we just do. So same thing in any corporate environment. You're talking about market share. So he or she who brings the market share to the doorsteps of the corporation pretty much controls the corporation. So, Mr. Bean being a part owner and being the vice president of sales, that's one thing. Controlling the whole market share plus that, you pretty much running the company. So everything he's talking about right now is for us to be able to have influence, which the 360-degree leader, right, in the corporation, much less our group. So this is how you influence a corporation and the path that it goes. So we can lay the foundation for build, the culture of build, and where it goes from here, really. But we have to gain market share. So, that's everything, Mr. Bean is talking about right now. And he does it in different ways, of course. He can't come flat out and say we need to go get the market share of the company, you know what I mean? That's just a little too bold, but the fact that he's a part owner and vice president of sales for all the corporation, man, that just puts us in such a great position to influence the corporation. I mean, look, I've been working in corporate America, y'all all know, for a very long time. My influence with them is very minimal. However, this could be very major. in our lives, in his life, in the company's life. So I have to say that because that conversation was a great conversation with him. And that was something we had this week. So I wanted to share that with the group. Thank
Well, thank you, Dale, for sharing that conversation. And that's leadership stuff, right? That's the type of conversations that you have, with Mr. Bean, and those are always need to be recorded and go back and take notes. But and you're absolutely right. As leaders, and everybody on this call is a leader. You don't wake up at 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning if you're not a leader. So first of all, everybody here, has the potential of, are already leading, right? You're leading your finance, you're leading your life by getting up here. And for some of the people in California, like Chris and Johnny, I mean, it's 6 a.m. for them over there. So they're definitely, right, leaders in their right for waking up that early, right? And so, going to, like we said, we have to get the market share. Everything is about market share. If we want to be powerful in the industry and continue, we have to be the reason for the season, right? And I don't know about you, but I want to go into being history. Don't you want to be the history? I mean, think about Amway. They're like 100 years old, but there's only one first time, right? Who's gonna be that one? Who's gonna be the first, builder 8,000? Who's gonna be the first executive 250? Who's gonna be the first? There's only one first, right? And we all have the ability to get there because in this company, everybody has an equal opportunity to get there, right? It's all about putting your head down, doing, what's required, not what you want to. And you look up and it's right there. And the best part is the way that the compensation plan is here, we do it together, right? I don't care what compensation plan there is in network marketing, we have the best. We have a compensation plan that allows us to work together regardless of what position we're in, regardless of who we signed up with, regardless, we all win together. So I love that, right? Because that's the culture we have, and that keeps the bad apples away. They can't survive in a positive environment. And I'm glad that they don't. They need to weed themselves out, right? Because we're just too positive over here. We just help each other over here too much, right? So if you can't handle all this positively, there's 100 other companies you can go to, right? But not here in Build. So we're gonna keep our positive waters here. So you gotta go. All right. So, before we get started, anybody else want to share about your wins or anything from this week, your takeaways? You can share your takeaways from any of the trainings or anything that you've heard this week. Oh, Mr. Johnny Montes. Yes, sir. We'd love to hear from you.
Grand Rising. I'd
Grand
like to
Rising.
share. I've been on my 90-day blitz, and Chris McHenry's been helping me out. I've been calling up multiple times this week. If you guys know me, you know I'm a random pick up the phone and call type of person. So, yeah, I've been presenting more to business owners, realtors, financial service people, and just putting myself out there. Not getting the builders yet. I'm having good conversations, reschedules. I have a few people that I spoke to yesterday. I had 6 presentations, business presentations scheduled for yesterday. 2 showed up. One we just turned it into a phone call, but just getting my reps in. And thanks to Chris, because I'm like, hey, Chris, I just had this conversation. This is what I did. How can this be a little better? And he just told me, look, try this, and we're gonna get there. I know how to ask for the sale very, very well in what I do, right, in solar, but now it's transitioning, asking for the sale the right way in something else. So I'm in the mentee seat, right? I'm a mentee when it comes to team building and so on and so forth. So I'm just asking a lot of questions. Thanks to your training as well. I've been going to a lot of networking events and talking to people and getting really good engagement. So that's what this week was pretty much for me, was a lot of networking events. I have 3 to go to today, back to back to back, and just continuing to get in front of people. So thanks to people like you, Chris McHenry, who put out a lot of value in, and help us learn, and get this rolling.
Alright, well, everybody give him a round of applause, right? Thank you for sharing, and you're a servant leader as well, Johnny. You go in the door to door and you help people because you have that skill set in the door to door that no one else has, and I just love how you're coachable, being coachable, and like you said, you're a mentee because we always are learning, no matter how good we are, you know, at whatever we're doing, there's always somewhere that we need to learn. And the first and knowing that we need to learn is the first step, so congratulations, because you're throwing yourself into uncharted territories for you, but you're learning and growing and you're getting advice, and and the next step for you is probably the 3-ways, right? So when I go to the networking events, when I find that sharp person, when I find that person, because remember, um, number one, we can't boast about ourselves. That's number one, because if we say, "Oh, we do this, we do that," the person's like, "Oh, you're just talking about yourself." But that's what the 3-way. The 3-way is actually to edify you, right? The 3-way is to edify Leslie. The 3-way is to edify Brenda. Not you think that the expert's coming in there because that's that's not who you edify the expert, but the expert puts the ball back in your court. It's a 2-play, right? You're setting your expert up so that they can now edify you on this call. Man, you working with Johnny? Yeah, man. Do you know what Johnny's doing in this company? Man, you're so lucky to talk to this guy, man. He does this, he does that, and that's where that 3-way will now. That person's like, oh man, I just met him at a networking event. I didn't know he was, he was doing all this in the company. What? You have your own trainings on what? They put, now the light is shining on you to where now you can take the next step with this person. So for me, if the results is not coming, I have to get out of my way. Okay, the results not coming for me, Mr. Bean, I need your help. And it doesn't have to always be your senior business partner. It could be a Chris Henry. It could be somebody else, that can put the ball back in your court, right? So you can do 3-ways with, other people on your team, not just your upline all the time, right? But yeah, 3-ways, that's where the results happen. So if I'm touching base and they're not acting on it, the 3-way has to come in for sure. That's the solidifier, right? For results. So whenever somebody tells me like they're not getting the results, I'm like, how many 3-ways are you doing? How many 3-ways are you doing? And sure enough, usually when I'm not doing any 3-ways, and I know because that's me. Well, Mr. Bean says, how many 3-ways you doing? None. He's like, yeah, I know. My phone's silent. I'm like, yes, sir, I'm on it, right? So, we all get in trouble. We all, we all make mistakes, but the quicker you learn from it and don't do it anymore is where it's at. So I think that's gonna be, that's gonna change your results if you do more 3-ways. I know it has for me. So all
Thank you.
right.
That's exactly what I needed. So I have not been,
Right.
and I used to do them a lot with different,
Right? There you
people.
go. There you
Yeah,
go.
I have not been using the 3-ways the last
Hey,
week
and
and a
you
half.
just say is, hey, let me get one of my business partners on here. Man, he talks to realtors all day. He talks to he's done presentations for brokers. Hold on, Chris, you got some time? 5 minutes. That's it. And then he's getting on there. He's like, yeah, I just did a brokerage with somebody, because see, leverage the people who are doing what you want to do. Right. And see, these people are going to listen because you may not have been the one that talks to brokers, but Chris has. So Chris knows exactly how to talk to a broker. He knows exactly how to talk to a realtor. right? Same thing. I talk to realtor like 4 or 5 realtors a day. I know how to talk to a realtor. I have insurance, financial people in my team. So I know exactly how to talk to a financial person, right? That's how I got Gage. I was like, yeah, I know you don't like those chargebacks. He's like, where's the paperwork I'll sign right now? No chargebacks, no chargebacks, right? So when you talk to these different types of people, you're now going to gain the knowledge to what it is that's the problem in what they're doing, right? Because you get them to sign up when your business solves a problem for them. And the only way is to ask a lot of questions. So me, I don't talk a lot. I just ask a lot of questions. So tell me, what do you do? Okay, how's it going for you? How long have you been there? How's your, yeah, you know, I hear insurance makes residuals. How much residuals do you have? I guarantee you, anybody's been in insurance under a year. See, I'm asking questions that I know. Well, I'm working on the residuals. How long you been there? A year? Yeah, maybe like 100. Maybe not any for a year. I'm like, man, I just helped my business partner do 500 in 2 months, 60 days. Really? 500? Yeah, 500 a month in residuals. That's not talking about sales and all that stuff. Just the residuals. Oh, okay. All right, we need to talk, Angel. Yeah, we definitely do. But I'm kind of busy right now. Let's talk tomorrow. Open up your calendar. See, you're coming in at a level of posture. They're chasing you, but you just have to know what to say to make them chase you, because you got to hit that pain point, and then you have to have a solution for their pain point. Then they will chase you. Hey, tell me more about that 500 residuals. Of course. Right? So, all right, let's see. How are you? I wanna move fast because we do have some training today. So, Mr. Bean has wanted me to train on something on the GCU program for you all. So, Leslie Johnson, Miss Johnson, what do you have for us to share?
Angel, for all that you do. Serve this big team. Thank God. I'm happy for Mr. and Mrs. Bean for allowing this platform. So I won't be fast. I won't get that training. And I really enjoyed the role play last Monday, and gained so much information that going to apply it. So thank you. I would like to share that a couple of weeks ago I spotted this gentleman at a church. So I'm looking at commercials also, the commercial side. So I pull in the parking lot and I say, good morning, blah, blah. And that's how I like to share with you all, the way to save money. And I said, I know you have to get the trustee board and your pastor. So anyway, he said, well, call me back on Monday. Cause that's when give me an email so I can send some information or whatever, or who I can call. So anyway, I called him on Monday. He's so busy. On Sunday, I forgot to get the email. I said, it's okay. So anyway, fast forward, I told Ms. Laura about the situation. She said, well, listen, that's great. But she gave me an analogy. She says, like, you're in the forest. Because, you're so busy in the forest that you're not seeing the trees. She said, well, what about those people in the church? Can't they use solar? I said, okay. I said, yes. So anyway, he kept answering my phone calls when I called him. And so what I did this week, I'm thinking now about the trees in the forest. I asked him, have you ever considered going solar? And he said, I haven't. So he said, I want to know more information. So I want to meet with him in person. So I have an appointment scheduled today to meet with him in person and to educate him more about solar, he and his wife. So thank you for allowing me to share, Angel.
That's a big win. Congratulations, Miss Leslie. And that's why you want to have communication with your business partners, right? Because remember, 2 minds are greater than one, right? Because sometimes you might be, you might not have, they have the GPS because they went before you. It's not that we're any smarter or anything. It's just that we already went through the same street you just went through. We know where the pothole is because we probably fell in the pothole, right? So we fell in the pothole and we said, Leslie, don't fall in the pothole, right? Because I fell in the pothole. So you want to talk to your senior business partner that has gone where you've gone, because you don't want to, they can actually maneuver you and help you get out of those potholes a lot faster. Like, I know if I can get, I went ahead and tried to get my refer 4 out in a week, because I knew if I get to there in a week, I can show people how to do it in 30 days. Right? But I have to go there first so that I know where the potholes are. So I'm like, don't do this, don't do that. We got to streamline you so you can get there in 30 days, right? Same thing. You want to have conversations with your senior business partners because they've already been there. So they know how to make, how to help you maneuver around those things. So great job. Congratulations on that, because it's true. I always do that. So not only do I talk to the owners of, like, let's say the commercial buildings or something, the business owners, but I also talk to their managers. I also talk to their people. So I will get a sale. I will get everything from them. I will get basically them loving what it is that I have. And then it's easy for them to go talk to the landlord. It's easy when the landlord goes, hey, I have, I'm thinking about this. Like, oh yeah, that's a great idea, right? Like, they got my back. Because they love me. So they're like, yeah, well, when the landlord comes, it's like, oh yeah, they know exactly why they're asking him. He's asking. And so you want to talk to the trees, not just, the people who own the land, but the trees on the land, right? And so perfect. All right, Miss Brenda. Actually, after you share, I actually have I want you to share some more stuff too for the team before we head into the training. So perfect. We have you going last for a reason.
You want me to share? Good morning, everyone. Stuff that we
Go ahead and
experienced
share
this
your
week.
wins. Go ahead and share
Oh,
your wins first, and whatever
okay,
you have, and then we'll go into that. Yes.
awesome. Well, my wins for this week, I do have a schedule meeting for the water. I'm working on a solar um, deal that I had in the past, and I followed up with them. Um, and then I've been reaching out to people that I know in Mexico that are leaders that I know from the past. And it was interesting because you were talking about insurance. She does life insurance and all that. She's been in that for the longest time. And I was telling her, how much do you make and this and that? Where are you at now? She's pretty set with that because she's one of the top leaders with that, earning 65%, which I know from my understanding, it takes quite a while to get there. But she's in there. So we were talking about numbers. We were talking about, her business, mine. The interesting thing is she got very excited as soon as I said we're actually going international. And we were talking about, how hungry people are over there compared to the team that she's got here to compare to the team that it's over there. So as soon as I said that, she's like, okay, tell me more. Tell me what's going on. Because she's been following me. She knows, it's one of the people that I reached out when I started. And she said, I'm in if you guys go to Mexico. I'm like in because, there's so much need. And one of the things I learned from her yesterday, because she goes back and forth, is I know we're going with the travel part, but she said, Brenda, you don't understand. Once you guys go into the solar, if it does ever go to Mexico, that's going to be something huge because people are needing this. People are looking into it, and there's so much solar going on already over there. So I got really excited because I opened my brain just even more. It just like exploded. I was like, oh my god, I can't wait until we get solar out there. But she's ready to come in. Can't wait until everything is set down. I know we're gonna have different packages and stuff like that. So very, very excited about that because she's one of the ones that I wanted to reach out to. I have more in the list. It's one of those chicken lists that I was afraid of contacting, but I need to get to them. So I'm very excited for what's coming. And if you want me to talk about, I was gonna get into that a little bit too, or I can wait. It's
Sure.
up to you.
Sure, let me talk about your wins and what you've spoken about right now, and then we'll get into that right
Okay.
after. So definitely want to address your wins. So congratulations. Calling the chicken list is always the hardest, right? But you do want to call your chicken list because your chicken list is the people that are going to come in, and that's why it's your chicken list, because you're afraid. But remember that rule, 10 foot from gold, right? So that's where you are. It's one phone call, that heavy phone. If you pick up that phone, that's a person who has the drive to get you to your goals, right? But that phone, like just looking at that phone, the phone, you don't want to dial it, right? And so that's 10 foot from gold, literally. And if you don't get that person, somebody else will. That's how I think about it. So I call all my chicken lists, because I'm like, I'm gonna let you know what I do, because you're not going with anybody else, because that would be my fault because I didn't tell you. And I don't want to have that conversation. So I'm like, hey, I know you got a lot of stuff going on. This may not even be for you, but I'm going to be the first one to tell you this. And literally somebody, a roofer in Minnesota, told me, Angel, this solar person keeps on trying to have a conversation with me, but you're the first one to come to me with solar. You see? Because I don't let, I don't want to lose by default. Like, that's the one thing that I learned, is don't lose by default. So I let everybody know. I'll just go to my chicken list and I just say no for myself. Right? I call them thinking they're going to say no. Like, hey, I know this is for you. You do great in insurance. You got a big team. I know you ain't leaving in there, but hey, I'm going to put this pin right here. Watch this video and tell me what you think. Right? At the end of the day, they're going to say what I already said. No, I have a big team. I'm doing well. But I don't even let that get to me, because I say, yeah, you're doing well. You have a big team, but you don't have a diversified income portfolio. You're trying to get people to have a diversified financial strategy, but yet you don't have your own diverse income portfolio. I think we need to talk. Because you're trying to get people to do something that you're not doing yourself. And that you might be making millions right now, but you're keeping yourself from billions, because that's the next level. Right? And so you got to talk on their level, right? How are you telling people they need an IUL, they need health, they need all of this, but you don't have an exit strategy for your income? But you need to diversify, and I can help you diversify. Let me ask you a question. Can you book appointments? Because that's all I need you to do, is book appointments. We got a solar expert. We got a water filtration expert. We got an expert in every single field. You just need to know how to book an appointment. And if you can't do that to make the type of money, to make 5,000 to 10,000, if you can't book appointment to make 5,000 to 10,000, then yeah, this is definitely not for you. Why you gotta take it away? Because I know in insurance, you're doing a lot more than booking appointments. A lot more talking, a lot more calls, a lot more work for the same amount of money, and less in residuals, right? For sure. And chargebacks. We don't have chargebacks. You should go back to her about the chargebacks. I think she's gonna listen more now. But I love that, right? So I love that, and that's how your mind should work. It's how do I show this person value with what I have? And that's the reason for our training today that I'm going to share with you. But let's go with, we want to recap of this event, this leadership event, right? So one thing that I want to let you guys all know is that, you want to qualify for every single event that you can be at. right? You don't want to lose by default because the information that you get to, to be a part of is invaluable when you qualify for these events, right? And just qualify for doing the work. They're rewarding you for doing the work that you're supposed to do already. I don't know if you guys came from corporate America, have a job. That's never happened for me. I don't get a reward for doing the work that I'm already supposed to be doing. I'm lucky to get a raise of $1. Right? In order to get anything more than $1 raise, I literally have to quit and go to the competitor, right? Well, let's be honest. I came from corporate America. You want a raise, you quit, you go to competitor, then you work over there until you want another raise, and then you go back to them and say, hey, you're gonna give me a raise to go back. That's how you get your raise. That's the only way you're gonna get your raise. Dell's like, yeah, I know, right? Right? So this company is awarding you for doing the work you're supposed to do already. So you want to qualify, right? Because the information is invaluable. Not only that, but you get to take your business to the next level. So, so for instance, Brenda, I want you to share about, about this event and what any of some nuggets that you got from the event, and what coming out of the event, what it's been like for you.
Okay. Well, first of all, I know I've been in different other companies, but what I can tell you guys is that what Build has done for us doesn't compare to what I've experienced before. I know I worked for Goals, and I know I've made it to certain events and stuff like that in different companies that I was at, but the heart of our business, the people that started this, the owners, I was able to to ask questions in depth to the owners about what's coming, some of the stuff that we need more for me in Spanish and stuff like that. Just knowing that we're in the right place is just it's just incredible, the way we got treated, the way things are coming, the way that they're building things. One of the things that I took was some people had concerns about this, about that, how how, when are we going to fix the backup, when are we going to do this. Those are little things that can be fixable, and just learning and hearing the owners talk about it and how they took everything from where it was at and where we're at. You guys got to realize that we're going so fast, but everything they are doing is just incredible. I mean, we can't, there's not even a reason why we should be telling them, oh, why is this like this, why is it, they shouldn't, because in reality we really don't have a lot of negative stuff in the, we don't, I mean, we don't. The negative stuff that we have is those stuff that we bring into, which is something that was talked about during the meeting. And we're taking this business to the heart. I know Miss Angel, me, and the leaders that were there, we are, and we're taking it in our bag, just like Mr. Bean said, and we're actually going to do what we need to do to make it 100 times better, because it's already good, it's already excellent, it's already, I mean, I have no complaints about it. With the chargebacks, when you were talking about that, one of the things that I heard, and it's really it was mind-blowing to me, because I actually got to see it in the meeting. The last week we were number 1 with the Freedom Forever. This week we were number 2, so we're right there competing with the top. And knowing that we're in such a short time where we have taken, it's because of the leadership we have. It's because of the system that we have. So we're building a system that's going to be so strong. For me, my dad is a builder. He makes houses and stuff like that, and especially in Mexico, they're built a different way. And since I was little, I learned that you have to have your foundations done correctly. And when those foundations are done correctly, no matter what, the house is not going to fall down. And I always took that since I was little from my grandpa and him, because they were both builders. So understanding that we're part of this and we're building from the beginning, and how strong we have to be, and the foundation has to be set right. I saw that at this meeting. I saw that no matter what happens, we're not going nowhere. They're building it to last. They're building it so that we can become not millionaires, billionaires, because of the system that we have. So that beat in my head is just like, I haven't been able to sleep. because I was saying I'm going to be the next millionaire. No, I'm going to be the next billionaire in my family, period. It's just going to be done because of the system that we have. So I took that to heart. I listened and I understood, there's no complaining. We just have to do the work. We have to keep doing that because of what we have. I was talking to Miss Navarro too and had the opportunity to ask her some questions, and just seeing the actual beginning of everything and the actual people that are putting their heart into everything we're doing, all the leaders, all the owners, Juan too. I mean, I was complaining to Juan about, and I take that too, because I was telling Juan about some stuff, not knowing, they are doing everything for us. I mean, it's just incredible the way what's coming. It's even going to be more incredible because you want to be part of it. You want to be part of that, what we're building. And it all starts with doing that 2020 vision, 20 on your left and 20 on your right. I took that and I'm like, okay, I got to run. I got to do this, and I just got to duplicate it. Having 30 conversations daily, that is the key. No matter what you need to do, get out there, go network, tell people, because I don't know about you, but me, I ain't going nowhere. I'm staying, and whatever comes, I'm willing to, take care of whatever needs to be taken care of. One of the things that we're not going to allow, and I know that the company made it clear, is a negativity or duplication of things that, some people want to come their own way and do things. And I was one of them too. We tend to want to do things our way, not doing the three ways, not following up with our leaders, not doing this, and we want to do things our way. Well, you're going to suffer for that because we have the system already. You guys already know about duplication. You guys already know about the system. If it's already saying you have a strong foundation, there's no need for you to come in here and change this. And I took that yesterday when I had that conversation with this lady. They want to come in, and because something worked, I'm like, no, we have a system. This is the way it is. At the end of the day, I did talk to her about the chargebacks too. And that's one thing that I learned. If I, as a mentor within the company, if you want to be a mentor, you have it all set, because they talked about how now we have Freedom Forever on our side. And for me, as a broker in the car industry, I take chargebacks. So I mentioned that to them, and I told everybody there, and I told the leaders, I thank you from the bottom of my heart, because I take chargebacks, and understanding and knowing that now Freedom Forever is going to take the chargebacks. So Freedom Forever is going to deal. This is great for all the mentors. You don't have to deal with chargebacks. You don't have to deal with all the stress. You're going to be able to see everything in your back office from where the lead is in, when it's done, when it's installed. As a mentor, that helps you a lot to build even triple on your business. That's how I saw it. And not having build to be taking care of that chargeback, that's a lot, because when you understand that, when you know how that hurts your company, knowing that build is going to be structured where the point, we're safe, we're good to go, they're going to take care of it. Why? Because we're going so fast. So I really took that into heart, because I know how that feels when they take these chargebacks. Again, finding those, they talked about finding the 5 core people and then duplicate it. Find your 5. Once you find them, teach them the system and keep going to your next 5 and your next 5. This is how we're going to get to the levels. And you do not want to miss being at another leadership event. It's like no other. It's like no other. And once you get to be with them and feel and actually realize where you're standing, I mean, there's no going back. And I'm very excited for what's coming, and I can't wait to see all of you there, because it's everything's there for us to be successful. So thank you for allowing me to share.
Thank you for sharing. Everybody give her a round of applause for sharing. The things that she shared. Like I said in my post, builder for life, right? and you can't get to the heart of the company if you don't qualify for these leadership, right? Literally, Brenda, we're like side by side with the Navarros, the Pachecos, right? And it's just like in one room, and we're like family. And I don't know how all those wine bottles just kept on showing up at the table. When they say they were gonna wine and dine us, literally, we were wine and dine the whole time. I didn't even have room for water, right? So this company, but the whole time, what I'm thinking the whole time, guys, is I need more people here. We need more people here, right? Right? The leaders that, are around. And I know I can't be the only one feeling like, man, I wish more of my team was here. I wish more people, would be here with us to enjoy this moment that you just can't take back with you, right? No matter how much we talk about it, no matter how much we can't take that feeling, right? We can't show you how we can't take that feeling back and let you feel what we feel, right? We need you in the room. So we're just coming back to represent, but we need more people there for sure, right? So let me address some things. And I mean, if Chris, you have time, I know it's on the spot, but you were there too. If you could share after I, touch base on some of the things that Brenda was talking about, foundation, right? That's one of the things that she talked about was foundation. And if that's key for anything that you build, right? Building period has to have a proper foundation. And the great thing is that we have that here. We have a great foundation if you build it right, if you choose to build it on the foundation. That's why they have these trainings, right? That you want to study and study and study and study and then teach, because that's the proper foundation. How do I know? The same foundation Mr. Bean has been teaching us, I've been using with him in every single company. In every single company we've came in, we've rise to the top with the same foundation. So what does that tell us? That tells us that this system, right, works. It doesn't just work in this company, it works everywhere. And once you learn this system, you can take it to any business and you can launch a business. Anything you touch. Why do you think Mr. Bean has made multiple millions in each industry? Because he doesn't change the foundation. He builds around the foundation, but he comes in, sets the foundation, and starts building on top of it. Every single time, and every single time he has risen to the top of the company. I've seen it over and over and over, right? So that's why I don't change the foundation. I come in, I follow the system, and I go fast. Because you know why? I go fast because I know what the foundation is, right? Because what did I do? I watched the videos over and over and over and over until I can teach it over and over and over and over. Right? I got to do it first, build my foundation, and learn how to teach others to build their foundations. Some people are going to go, some people will, some people won't. Right? And you just work with the people who will. Because the people who won't is going to fall out, and they're going to fall out of the wayside anyways. Because you're already seeing like, oh, your foundation, I don't know about that. But, keep going. One day when you're about to, the foundation might fall, you might be like, okay, Angel, let me follow the system now. All right, let's go ahead and rebuild your foundation. You got to start all over now. We got to knock it all down. And you got to start all over. But hey, at least you start all over. Right? So foundation is key, because the house you build is going to fall. It's just a matter of time when it will fall. And when it does, you're going to have to build all over again. So why not just start from the beginning, build a foundation, and keep it moving fast, right? That's why you always want to ask the person when they start, do you want to build fast or you want to build slow? And if they want to build slow, stick them in the system. There's plenty of training. There's plenty of things that they can do to build slow, but the fast people, you got to help them with the foundation, right? Which is the 4x16. So for everyone on this call, if you did not watch Crash Camp last Saturday, I would suggest you go back and watch that twice, 3 times, 4 times, and learn the 4x16. That's the foundation. When you have that 4x16 foundation, you can go fast. And not only that, but you can teach it. That's going to accelerate everybody that comes into your business, right? So the 4x16, the playbook is coming. But the training is already out for you all. So I will learn the training. And so when the playbook is here, like, let's go, let's play. Right? So that's coming soon. And like you said, for the mentees, first of all, I want to thank all the mentors on this call. You know, you guys are the reason why we are #1 on freedom, right? So kudos to all of you, you know, for being mentors, you know, and closing these deals for us. Because I'm gonna say, you know, I'm 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 on the solar division side. You know, because of you all that are closing these deals, you know, we all work together. So, you know, first of all, thanks for that, right? And you know, with this new, like she was saying about the new being integrated into Freedom Forever is going to help not only you guys, but it will help us mentees as well. We'll no longer have to call Johnny and say, Johnny, what's our commission? Johnny, when is this going to go to install? Johnny, right? So it's going to, or Chris, right? You guys are going to have less headache from us mentees because we can see it all too. Two high fives, Johnny, for that. You know, it's going to help you all not have to, you know, deal with, you know, us. And we don't want to have to call you all the time because we're going to feel bad, right? Always having to call you for this and that. So now both mentees and mentors will be able to see everything. What's going on, you know, commissions, all of that. Everything will be laid out for both, right? So that's going to be cool, right? When both sides get to see everything. So it's going to be full transparency on both sides, and that's pretty cool. So thanks for bringing that one up. And of course, you know, the 2020 plan is what you want to do. So however long it takes, however fast it takes, you want 20 on the left and 20 on the right, right? Because when you get that done, the faster to your millions, right? When you get 20 on the left and 20 on the right. So thanks for sharing, Brenda. And Chris, are you able to join us and share a little bit about your experience?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So on Tuesday, we all learned quite a bit, and all of the leaderships pretty much got all the leaders got called to the carpet, saying that we could all just do more. And that's the reality of the situation, is everyone can do more. We all took from the leadership meeting the vision of the company, where it needs to go, and that it's not going to get where it needs to go if we don't put it on our back and run with it. So the message that goes out to the other leaders in the team that weren't a part of that conversation or meeting or unable to attend is, you all need to step it up as well. That's the message, is we need to step it up as leaders, and the company's salespeople, the company's builders, we all have another level we have to step up to. And people that have experience in network marketing, there's no reason why you shouldn't be at Builder 500. There's no excuse. So in 6 months, all the leaders that were at the retreat, we all committed to be at Executive 15 or no less. That was our commitment. And the only way we can do that is by everyone else stepping up, also being a Builder 500, being a Builder 1000 factory, being Builder 2000. And like I think Brenda and Angel said, you don't want to miss out on these opportunities to go to these events. And this next event that's coming up, when the next retreat happens, there's going to be a builder requirement. You have to be at a Builder 1000 or 2000. Those are going to be the minimum standards to get into the events. And you don't want to come back, or you don't want us to come back and be bragging about how much fun we had at those events, because you didn't make it. So I don't know if any of you were on my call, was on the business showcase on Thursday that I did. And a lot of the fire from that presentation came from Tuesday, because this company has put together a genius compensation plan that is just starting. We saw other levels that's being unlocked with our new products that are coming out. And if you say, I don't know how to sell, I don't, you know, it's just never, sales has never been in me, you're going to be able to trip over sales with these products. It's going to be that simple, to the point where we're going to try the leaders, Mr. Pacheco, Mr. Bean, Mr. Rangel, Mr. Navarro, they're Mrs. Pacheco, put products in place for us to elevate the weakest link on your team. So that way you're no longer considered the weakest link. You're a strong link. And that's the only way we're going to do it. And we all have to run together. And my analogy on our call is if you're not at least refer for pay no more, and you're on and you have a leader like Mr. Bean running with you and mentoring you, you should be ashamed of yourself if you're not at a refer for pay no more, because you're not risk free. And sometimes these conversations are a little hard to have, to look and see that, I could be making more calls. I could be talking to more people. I could be going to know more network events. And all of us on Tuesday got called to the carpet. It was not nobody shed any tears or anything, but it was a reality check. Like, yeah, I could be doing more. I could be hosting more calls. I could be going to more networking events. I could be doing more cold calling. And that's really what it is. Every one of us could be doing more. When you put your child to bed at 7 o'clock, pick up the phone, go on social media, message more people, do more social media posts. If you can't get out in networking events, make phone calls, because you're going to look back to this day and just regret in 6 months that, man, I missed out on 6 months and everybody left me, and I'm starting over. So everybody's starting over. This is our day one. I said Tuesday we had our day one with our day ones. We started over. So now there's no excuse. Everybody's running now at the same time. It's a matter of whether you keep pace. And JC said on one of the things that we were discussing on a PowerPoint is, if you catch me, you're going to be dead tired because we're going to be running so fast that if you catch me, congratulations, you're going to be at Builder 4000 or Builder 8000 if you catch me. And are you going to complain about that? No, you're going to look back and think about, like, man, I'm glad I stepped into what I should have been doing. And a lot of people on this call come from network marketing experience. I don't have network marketing experience. I just have sales experience, and over the years of sales experience, I've learned how to present. I've learned how to talk in front of crowds. So all of that plays into a part. Now I'm tapping into my network marketing experience. I'm tapping into the people that have network marketing experience and figuring out how to be a sponsor monster, like JC said, recruiting, calling, building your team up constantly. And that's what we all have to do. And that's really what the meeting was about. The meeting was, we want to pay $1 billion in commission, and the only way we can do that is if we can make everybody understand that it's possible to make $5,000, $10,000, $20,000. If everybody can understand that, and we really come from a point of, I really want to help you make this $10,000, and it's really about you, and I understand your goals, then people are going to resonate with that better. Because when I help you make $10,000, guess what? I'm already making overrides off of that anyway. So the more people that I can help make $10, $15, $20,000, I'm gonna make money off of that anyway. And that's the conversation when we're talking to people. We need to also make them understand that, like, my success, or your success actually, automatically makes me successful. So I want to pour into you and make you successful and help you close more deals, because then that naturally helps me. And it doesn't cost anything for you. It doesn't come out of your commission at all. So when we break down the simplicity of helping people succeed is going to help you also, then it's like, oh, like, you're really in it to help me win. And I say, yeah, because the company's going to pay me to find more rock stars. When I find more rock stars, the company pays me out of their pocket every time you make a sale. So then that's my rebuttal to people when they say, oh, is this a pyramid scheme, or is this that MLM thing? I say, well, no, because I don't make a lot of money unless you make a lot of money. And I'm not even taking it out of your commission. I'm taking it from the company. We have tangible products that we're selling. We have solar, we have home security, we have alkaline water. Those are actual products that we're selling. So I just it was a wake up call for all of us and everyone that on my team that I've talked to. That if you've talked to me in the last week, I just say get up and do it. Like just stop asking how to do it and just go do it because we have an immense amount of resources. We have training videos. We have these type of trainings that Mr. Bean puts on. We have trainings that the company puts on. And if you're failing, is because you're not trying. When I talk to people that I want to partner with and bring into the organization, I tell them the only way you're going to fail is if you just don't try. You're going to stumble into a sale. You'll stumble into a recruit. But if you don't try, then yeah, you'll fail. And work with people who you want to work with. Like Angel said, if people don't want to work with you, if you have affiliates on your team or builders on your team that are not tapping into these calls, when you text them, they don't join the opportunity calls. When you text them, they don't join a training. Forget about them. Just let them pay their monthly, and they count towards your numbers, and move on to someone that wants to do it. Because eventually they're going to turn their system off. So don't waste your energy on someone who doesn't see the vision. They don't see it. And that's really what we should all take from it is don't waste your time on people who don't see the vision, who don't want to succeed.
Well, thank you, Chris, for sharing, for, letting us, and letting us know that we are, we are accountable. So as leaders, you want to pick some accountability partners to run with right now, because us as a team, we can all run together right now, link arms, get together, run, and get to our goals all together, right? Because we definitely want more people at the next leadership event, right? It's like you don't want to eat at the table alone. You want, you want more people at the table, and that's where we are. We're going there right now, right? And for me, I am super excited. At this event, at the future, the vision of where we're headed, right? And I just wish I could take the slides and the presentations that they shared with us, and how the new platforms and verticals that are going to come. I wish I could take that and bring it back to everyone, right? Because I don't know about you, but half of that went over my head. I'm not a tech person, but I'm looking at the room, I'm looking at Juan, I'm looking at the tech people, and they're blown away. Like Juan was like, oh, when they're sharing the decentralized internet, and I see his face and his eyes light up, and I'm like, well, this is a lot, a lot of information for me. But obviously Juan's excited over there, and he's our tech, and he handles all the tech, right? So I'm like, if Juan's excited, this is exciting stuff, right? And so those are the type of things we can't take. And that's what I'm excited about is the 3 new international verticals. I'm like, hey, I text everybody like, hey, we're going international. You ready? Everybody that's international. That's all I said. Hey, we're going international. You ready? And I'm just getting people like, what? Really? That's what happens when you've been putting people in the pipeline, right? We're going international. And I'm like, get your team ready. Get your team ready. We're going international next month. Get your teams ready. They're like, oh my gosh, okay. And because we got 3 new international verticals that are coming that I'm super excited about, right? We got the travel. Like, who doesn't want to travel, right? We got the Ripple Secure. People need security nowadays, right? A device that doesn't need wires, a device that doesn't need any of that stuff, that has AI integration, that has home automation, that has that has face recognition, right? I mean, that's crazy. How many of these in the world can we don't, I'm pretty sure we're going to be out of stock every single time for this Ripple Secure, right? And then think about the decentralized internet. Decentralized internet, guys. We're up there with Elon Musk right now because of our because of our CEOs and partners of this company that didn't create this company because they already have millions. right? They already have millions, but they're creating it for us. They're creating for us to elevate with them. They're creating it for us so that they can help more people be free, more people have financial security, more people have. That's their heart. And that's what I felt at this event. The heart of the owners of this company. That is not just for them. They've done their time. They've made, but they're setting it for their legacies. And we get to hold on to their coattails and create legacies for our own families. Because these millionaires aren't looking at billion and millions anymore. That's done and gone for them. They're looking at billions. They're looking at trillions. And if we hold on and we do what we're supposed to do and we help be the reason for the season, we're going to be hitting billions and trillions as well. Right? So I definitely want to get into the training, but thank you so much for Brenda and Chris for sharing your take out of this event, because the next one, you guys definitely have to go there. And so we need to get into this training so we can get you there, right? So let me go ahead and share my screen. Today, what we're going to train on is, let me get this. So I want to shout out to my wonderful VA for putting this together in 2 hours for me. Love him to death, Emmanuel, right? Thank you for this last minute put together. But I'm gonna help him build in the Philippines, so we'll be even, right? Anyways, so what we're gonna go over today is the FAB, right? So if you know Grant Cardone, you have anything that you do, anything that you're going to sell, anything that you want to, truly sell, you have to know the FAB, which is the features, advantages, and benefits of what you're selling. Without that, there's no way to pique interest, right? There's no way to give people why they should purchase what it is that you're selling. If you don't know yourself what the features, advantages, or benefits of your product is. So this is very important. This is one of the first things that you want to sit down and say, okay, I'm going to sell solar. What are the features, advantages, and benefits of selling solar, right? Because when you know, you will have more clarity and you will help most of the uneducated people out there on why they should go solar, right? So first of all, the features, right? First of all, it's a renewable energy source. We all know that, right? Solar panels harness energy from the sun. So it just reduces fossil fuels. Not saying that is any better than anything, because people are like, oh, well, hey, it's from the sun. And so now we don't have to rely on fossil fuels or gas or any of the companies who own the gas. And now, they make it more expensive. So now, it's more expensive for us. No, the sun is there. And, as I know, the sun's not trying to, raise its prices right now. The sun is free, right? So, and zero emissions, right? So meaning that it generates electricity without pollutants or greenhouse gases, just the emissions part, right? And then of course, people always ask this, like, it's low maintenance, right? Compared to the grid. How many people are paying for fees for fixing the grid right now? So, there is low maintenance compared to the grid right now. The grid is bad. So you're going to be charged by the electricity company because they need to fix the grid. So if you know that it's lower maintenance than the grid, right? Because it's designed for 25 years and more, right? And then of course, scalability. There's no cap on the sun, right? So you can custom your energy. I mean, literally, some people don't even do 100%. Some people can do like 120. I mean, some people can do like 140. If there's room, right? You can actually turn your home into a solar farm, mini solar farm, right? If you wanted to. Right now, you're going to get more credits if you wanted to. So there's a chance for what? Scalability. You can start making money off your own solar panels. That's what Xfinity is doing. That's what TXU is doing. Oh, those are the Houston ones, right? But those are what the energy company, when you're leasing, who's making all the money on the overages? They are. They're turning your home into a solar farm for them. Think about that, right? You're on the wrong side when you don't own your own solar, right? So energy monitoring, mini solar energies come from, all of that, right? So we can track it as well, right? And then the advantages, right? This is a big one, energy independence. Are you ready for an apocalypse? I joke, but it may happen, right? So, the solar panels allow you to generate the electricity so that you're not reliant on the utility company. They don't get to say, like this happened in the freeze in Houston. Hey, in order to not, have the to save utility, we're going to give you 36 hours of no electricity. 36 hours? Like we're at the mercy of the utility company. They decide that they want to cut off at 36 hours for everyone. No, right? That is definitely not a-okay in my book. Lower your energy bills, right? Most people, can save between 20 to 40% on what they're already currently paying. We're offsetting. We're offsetting your bill, right? So you can have lower energy bills. Now, if you want to get the bells and whistles, you might be at cost, but we can lower. Majority of the time it's lower without the bells and whistles, right? But that's just like a car. Who walks off with the manufacturer sticker, right? So, you want bells and whistles, just like your solar panels, right? Increased property value. So in Zillow, it says that the homes with solar have a 4% value increase. Don't ask me, ask Zillow. Zillow's the one that tracks all this stuff, right? What about the government incentives, right? The tax credit that you get, the rebates that you get. I mean, the grants that you get. So they were just recently there was a $3.1 million commercial deal where $3 million was government grants. The government is, when you have something that the government is backing, right? That's not going out of business. Improve energy efficiency, right? Solar systems can be designed to optimize energy efficiency and reduce energy waste. And nobody talks about the waste, right? That can happen because when you're doing the utilities, that's a whole nother story, right? It's not as efficient, right? Because there's a lot of waste that's happening, and who's going to be sitting there with the bill for those? You're actually already paying for their solar farms they have in their renewable incentive fee, right? You pay for everything that they do. You're crowdfunding for the energy companies. So why not take advantage and own your own, right? So the benefits of the environment, and I'm not reading it word for word because you can actually, screenshot and go over it. So I just, touch base on it a little bit, environmental benefits, right? Solar energy helps reduce gas emissions, climate change. There's environmental benefits, right? Air pollution, right? I mean, think about having a solar panels and a backup battery. Is that better than a generator? Yeah, I'd rather have like 2 Powerwall Tesla 3s than a backup generator that's noisy and I can smell the carbon monoxide. just because it's not going in the home doesn't mean when you walk outside in the air, it's not, you're not breathing it in there. And then if the electricity out, there's like 1,000 generators going at the same time. Literally, when we had the hurricane, I didn't want to step outside. You already know how I am with the masks at events. So stepping outside at that point would kill me, right? You know, as far as my health and carbon monoxide. So I just stayed in. And then my children would have to go to school. So, you know, we take them there, but they were coming back sniffling all kinds of stuff because of the carbon monoxide in the air. Not even that the one that, you know, I don't have a generator, so that's not even what they were sniffing. Then energy security, right? So, you know, on that sense, I mean, are we ever not gonna have the sun, right? If we don't, so we're always gonna have the sun to power, right? Improve public health, right? The reducing of the air pollution. You know, I just talked about that, right? Just quality of life, right? Net metering, right? That allows you to sell your energy back, right? So you get to now have a credit. You actually sell your energy. You have a solar farm on the top of your roof if you want to. And now you can not only, you know, offset your bills, but now you have, you know, the company's paying you for your energy. And then of course, you know, battery storage that allows you the excess energy for later use, right? So if you, that way, you know, you're not having to at night when the sun is not there, right? If you have a battery, now you can just use it for nighttime or when the sun is not out, right? Increase energy reliability, right? You have backup power for grid outages. So that means that you can literally, with the blackout batteries, blackout protection, nothing changes for you. You may not even know unless your neighbor calls you and said, hey, is your electricity out? I know, it's the same as it's always been. You know, they have to alert you. They probably have to come over if they don't have their own solar, right? You might want to use that alarm system. Oh, neighbor at the door, don't open it. Anyway, we'll go over that later. For some of you who know what I'm talking about, you were at that event, right? Customization, right? So you can decide how big or small you want your panels to be. I mean, your panel system to be, right? So you get to customize it. So that's some of the, you know, some of the features, advantages, and benefits of going solar, right? So when you know that, then you can help educate some of the homeowners out there that don't know, right? Now you can share with them what benefits that they would have by going solar. Now, the next fab you want to know, of course, is our next platform, which is what? Rain H2O, our alkaline water systems, right? This is new. So some of you may or may not know. Johnny, you're laughing at me. Rain H2O, right? So here's some of the features, right? The owner of the manufacturer, this is for Rain H2O, right? They were the ones who first brought alkaline to the States. So that's a huge deal, right? We're just not partnering up with just anybody. They have 28 years experience in the business, right? You have specialized filtration, not just water, but that means that it's filtered out well in filtration, right? So they have one of the best filtration products on top of bringing alkaline to it. So lots of their parts, all of their parts, this is the number one thing, all, not parts, all are USA made, from the nuts to the bolts to the screws to the plastic. Everything, all. That's a huge one, right? No need to be concerned with cheap plastic parts, you know, leaking into your water. And this is hands down the great feature of our Rain H2O is a lifetime warranty. Lifetime, guys. Lifetime. Think about that. Lifetime is a huge deal, because that means that you don't have to worry about getting another system for life. They're gonna come and fix it, right? Lifetime is huge. I bought a set of Lifetime knives. Y'all probably heard of it, Cutco. Everybody's heard of Cutco, right? That's what college students come out and sell. But they have a lifetime guarantee. And so when I thought about it, I said, man, I want a lifetime, because how many knives do you buy in a lifetime? A lot. So I'm like, ooh, you got me for lifetime? I'm like 20 years old in college and selling these things. I need one myself for my lifetime, right? How would you like that? Never have to worry about it again. Don't have to go out to Home Depot to buy some stuff. Lifetime, right? That's huge, huge. And then the other water companies actually outsource our manufacture as well. So if you are going out there and buying it, you most likely are just buying it, the parts from our company anyways, at a more expensive deal than coming straight to us, right? And then our minerals are outsourced in a US based company and not from overseas, right? So those are a lot of great features, right? And so the advantages that you have now is it's cost effective. Like owning an alkaline water system can save you money in the long run, right? I tell this to people all the time. Are you buying bottled water? That's how I introduce Rain H2O. Hey, let me ask you a question. Are you buying bottled water? Of course. Anybody not buying bottled water? I don't think I've had anybody that said no. So are people still drinking tap water? I haven't ran into them. But that's my first question. Hey, are you drinking bottled water? 100% have said yes to me. I may find a no at some point, but 100% says yes. It's convenient, right? So now you can enjoy alkaline water at home. There's alkaline water stores. There's alkaline systems. HEB just got an alkaline. If you guys want the picture, I got it. I went to HEB and there's an alkaline water machine right there. I'm like, dang. That just helped my marketing. I could just stand by the alkaline water and say, hey, how'd you like to not have to come here and lug that jug? I'm always thinking of funny things, right? Funny things to catch people's attention, right? But side note on that. But you know what I mean, right? That just helps my advertising more, right? Now I know the person who's standing there doesn't want to really lug that 3 gallon or 5 gallon, right? Why don't you just fill it from home instead? And we have financial plans that can get you for $39.99. I mean, that's how much you get for water. That's how much you buy in bottled waters anyway, right? A month. Yeah. Well, I don't know if you qualify, so let me get you a appointment and see what we can do for you. Right? So consistent quality, right? Alkaline water is going to give you that consistent quality in the water. Unlike tap water, boil alerts, all kinds of stuff happens. Oh man, right? What people flush down the toilet is what's in your water. Pills, whatever it is that they're flushing. Now they got to figure out how to get all that stuff out, and then all the chemicals that take to clean that. Think about it. I just send people the rain video. I just had I have a rainwater on Monday because he was like, yeah, I needed to talk to you, but you were out of town. And I was like, hey, I work anywhere. You should have just called me. Then don't have to wait for me to come back to help you. He's like, yeah, because I needed it yesterday. I was like, why? You watched the video? He's like, yeah. Like, you can't unsee what you saw, huh? He's like, nope. So that's a warning. Send the videos out. Like, hey, take a look at what's in your water. Take a look at what's in your water. Right? Reduce plastic waste. Right? That's one. Right? You'll be able to reduce on those plastic bottles. To be honest, I think some of these trucks have those plastic bottles and they're heated in the summer because I can taste plastic sometimes. So that's nasty. Improved taste. That's for sure. If you haven't tried our alkaline water, we had an event in Houston and everybody's like, man, that tasted so good. Right? No odor, so clear, so pure, and you can taste the purity in it. That's the cool part. So let's go over the benefits, right? Here's the benefits of of alkaline water. Improved hydration, better digestion, right? Increased energy, right? Because now you have alkalinity minerals in this water, right? Remember, your body is made of 80% water. So whatever you put in as far as water, if you're putting in acidic water, your body is full 80% acidic water. So what do you think is going to happen? You're going to feel groggy, right? Antioxidant properties, right? Which will help, supports overall health, right? So acidic water or pH balanced water? Which one's better for you? Long-term health benefits, right? No, health disclaimer. We don't cure or anything, but you can see long-term health benefits from results. It could be different for everybody. Skin health, hair and nail, right? Athletic. I mean, if you have minerals and a pH balance inside of your body, rather than acidic body, that's definitely going to help improve everything, including athletic performance, right? So there's just so much that just having a pH balanced water that you're drinking on a daily basis is going to do for your body in general, right? You don't have to go into all the scientific details, but people are already buying it. Like, if you're already buying it, you're already lugging a 5-gallon jug to pump these waters. Why not have it in your home instead, right? So this one I'm excited about. This is one of the international platforms that we have that is already here. So some of us are on a list for the system, and I'm excited about it, right? Who's excited to be on the list for this? I'm excited, right? Right? Who wants this Ripple Secure? Right? I do. I just see so much, so much, and I wish you guys were there because the way that they broke it down, we can't even do justice for what the system does. We can only give you a little tidbit of what we understand, but it's basically what the company has done is they have taken into account the market of, that's why they did not, Ripple was ready, but they did not launch Ripple until they made sure that it was going to do well in the market, that it was competitive, and it had that X factor, you would call it, right? To make sure that we're not only going to be competitive, but we're always going to be a notch ahead. So that's why I'm super excited about this Ripple because of the different features and advantages and benefits of our Ripple Secure. So first of all, it has smart home automation. You know, just being a device is great in itself, but now coupled with smart home automation, right? Everybody need, that's the wave of that's the competition right now. So that's going to be great when they have the home automation. Then we have the AI powered security, which means it's going to detect and alert you for potential threats, meaning you can now say, hey, what's been happening? What's unusual has been happening in the last 10 minutes? And your AI will tell you, strange person in hoodie was walking across house, right? And it can alert you when somebody has a gun, if that's what, if like somebody's waving a gun, all of a sudden you're gonna get alert, right? You can set different algorithms, right? Like it says, to detect things. One thing that they will share, what if somebody dropped to the floor and they said help 3 times? Help, help, help. Your camera can detect that, send you a warning, and dispatch 911. How many lives can that save, guys? How many elderly couples can we save? Because some of the time when the ambulance gets there, they say, man, if only they've been alerted just a couple of minutes earlier, this person could have made it, right? What about people with babies, right? I love this. I don't have to watch the monitor, you know, first time moms and dads, it's like, you know, like, right? Sometimes I even go and see if they're breathing. Are you breathing? Right? Now you can have the camera say, you know, send you an alert when the baby's moving. That is so cool, guys. You can alert. How many people don't want those Amazon package stealers? Hey, right? I want my Amazon packages safe. Right? Send me an alert when you see somebody grab my package. Don't no, send me before they even walk up to my package, right? So, you know, that's gonna be so cool. I can't wait. And then face recognition, you know, I joke, you know, but there's a lot of domestic cases that this may really help, right? Identify familiar faces and alert you. Or alert you about somebody stranger. We've never seen this face on your camera before, right? Or my favorite thing, is, you know, I joke, but you know, mother-in-law, don't open the door. No, I'm just kidding. But you know, like those kind of things, right? You know, we gotta have fun, right? That's what I tell people. You know, mother-in-law, don't open the door. Oh, you know, we're not home. Cloud storage, you know, now you can have this cloud storage of the footage so that if your home is broken into, you have evidence, you have everything, right? Mobile app, of course, you know, that is the wave of the future, right? So those are our features. Advantages: enhanced security, right? The AI detection is hands down awesome, right? Love that. So that's going to provide that additional layer of security that you need. And then the convenience of having all your homes remotely. You can do all that with on your phone, which is really cool. Tailor your system, and then increase the property value. If you have some type of a security, that's like a state of the art security. So that's like something that only like commercial grade security, and we're able to bring that to the home. So I'm excited. Right. So and at the cost that it is for your home to be protected, I mean, that's priceless, because, you know, commercial grade is a lot, right? A lot, right? So commercial buildings have this, but the homes don't. But which one is more broken into, right? The homes. So reduce energy costs because you can automate your systems, efficiency, and then improve response time. So meaning that the faster you get alerts, the faster you can call the cops, you can have 911, faster ambulance, faster everything. So response time for emergency would be a lot faster. So that's definitely a great advantage to have. So peace of mind is huge, right? Deterrent from a crime is huge because the device can be hidden. So it's much harder for them to locate or disarm, right? Improve safety. So it responds quickly, which is another benefit. Energy efficiency, convenience, and flexibility, right? Future future proof, right? So you can stay ahead of all of the stuff with the AI powered security because you're going to have regular software updates and things like that. So you'll always be updated, right? Insurance discounts, because if you have you might even sell a system by talking to your insurance agent. Like, hey, you know what? Do I get an insurance discount because this and this and this is what my security system does, and it's got AI and it's got face recognition, and the insurance guy's like, man, I need one for my home. Right? So there you go. I see opportunity everywhere, guys. So, on every conversation, to be honest. Enhance evidence, right? So in case you do have that on the cloud, you can bring that, okay, these are the faces of the burglars, to court and, and all of that. Smart home integration. I love smart home integration, like everybody has to have that nowadays. And then voice voice control, meaning that you can, tell the AI what to say or what you want. Regular software updates, right? That's the normal of the benefits of having the security system that's state of the art, like the way that Ripple Secure is. So I'm not too upset that they had to wait so that they can 10 times it the way they have. I'm super excited that they did wait, and now we get a really, really, I'm just gonna say a badass system, right? To be honest, right? And so those are the 3 platforms that we have now. Remember, we have more coming for our international market. And so we're going to add more features, advantages, and benefits for those platforms as they come out. But I mean, with just this 3 right now, can you guys see where we are headed? $1 billion? $1 billion. No. Oh, they're passing that billion, right? For sure. And we haven't even talked about the other platforms yet. So I don't know about you, but some of us leaders, we just can't sit in our seats. Team No Sleep is here for real, right? We cannot sleep because we see where the future is, and we know that we just have to do the work. The company will do the rest. We just need to do our part. We just need to get out in the market, and we just need to share so that the company can do what it do and make sure that these sales happen for us, and that these commissions roll out for us. And so before I let you all go, right, I do want to share our Foresight business calendar that our fearless leader has made for us, which is really cool. That, not only will, of course, this is going to encompass everything that the company is doing always, but we're adding a few more things to it as well, right? So as you can see, the calendar, it's already started in this month of February. So today is the 8th, and as you can see, crash, right? CSS from 9 a.m. This is specific, no, but this is the, oh no, CSS at 9 a.m. To 12 a.m., which is the company Super Saturday. So the company has rolled out, like, the second Saturday of every month will be the Super Saturday, online Super Saturday. So every second Saturday, which will be the 8th today at 9 a.m. Pacific time, which means 9 a.m. in California, and what is it? 9 a.m. in California, so that would be 11 a.m. here in Central and 12 for East Coast, for anybody in the East Coast. That will be our very first Super Saturday. So if you guys are not at the event in Maryland, I would suggest hopping on to our very, very, very first. Remember, there's only one first. So you want to be a part of history and be on the very first company-wide Super Saturday that's coming soon, right? And then this is our Foresight Crash Camp, FSCC, right? All of this is on the bottom if you want to take a look at the bottom, but that's going on today, right now, right? 8 a.m. and ending soon so that you guys can all have time to get on the Super Saturday. And then we also have our what we call SB, where's the, right here, Saturday build and rain presentation. So he has automation, right? Automatic build and rain. So for you who have those things, you can have them running at 12, 2, and 4. So those are the build and rain presentations that are going on. So you can have people already on those calls. Now they're automated. So every single Saturday. So, and that's the rotation, right? And right now they're having that Super Saturday in Baltimore, Maryland. So hope they're having fun. I know they're getting some great nuggets, and so super excited to see everybody in that market elevate after this event. Mr. Bean is pouring the fire in Maryland, DMV area. So super excited for those folks, like he did for Houston and Denver. And so same thing, you know, here it is, like the GCU recordings. Now, for those of you who have not ever been on the GCU, you know, get a hold of your, you know, your sponsor and get into the VIP group, right? This is where you'll be able to get this Grant Cardone University recording. Johnny, you want to be a sponsor monster? You study these videos. That's how I became a sponsor monster through these role plays, these videos, right? Because once you learn, it's all about what to say and how to lead that person. And this is where the role plays that I teach came from these recordings, right? From this system. And you know, and they're on every morning, right? So you can take that, it's recording, so you can actually listen to it at any time during the day. So it's not necessarily, but Miss Omi, you know, thanks. Everybody give a round of applause to Miss Omi. She's better. I'm so happy. Was worried about her, but she's back and she does an amazing job every single day of supporting us. And she puts these recordings out for us every single day, like clockwork, so that we can take our business to the next level. And here, you know, here at the noon, which is the noon CST time, is our solar training, right? So, you know, all of these are here. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I just went a little bit so you can kind of understand how the week goes, right? So our Mondays are all of our trainings, including the Foresight. This is new. Everything else is, you already know, MMC calls, all of that is new, role plays. But he added another Monday and Wednesday call of the Foresight presentations. So the company will have the Tuesdays and Thursdays, but we ourselves will have our own individual Monday and Wednesdays calls as well. So now you can plug your people in those calls, and we'll have a different person doing the presentations on those days, right? It could be anybody, whoever Mr. Bean chooses to facilitate the calls that day. We're, as leaders, we'll get the notice which day we're actually going to be presenting on and locking that into our calendars. But us leaders, we're here, we're ready to work for you. Come and utilize, come and leverage us so that we can help you in your business as well. So for that, I know we have Super Saturday that I want you guys to prepare for. So I'm gonna go ahead and and let you all go. I hope you guys have gotten a lot of value on everything. Do you have any questions on anything that you want to ask real quick?
Yes, which Zoom ID will it be held on? The 8301?
Yes, the Let's Build, right?
Okay.
It's a company Super Saturday, so it'll be
Okay.
on the Let's Build.
All right.
Yes. Any other questions before let you?
I'm ready for Ripple. When is it?
You're excited as I am, right? So it is already here, ladies and gentlemen. Get with your your sponsors and senior business partners, and so that they can reach out to Mr. Bean, and you go from there, right? Once they reach out to Mr. Bean and see how to get your hands on one. Okay. Any other questions? If that's it, all right. Thanks, everyone. So I'm gonna see you on the call for our very, very first Super Saturday. Enjoy your weekends, all. And we're definitely gonna be at the next leadership event together, right? I know everybody. I'm gonna remember everybody's face. We're gonna run together and see you all.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Mr. Angel.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.